On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Well,
All
let
right.
me specify that for AC Trill. Well, we lived together and were together for right at 5 years of engaged. So it was a long, very long relationship.
I
And that
mean,
was
but
on me
did
that
he?
it wasn't marriage.
No, I don't think that's
So
what
let
Trill
me,
is saying. I think
well,
did he get
it
what
was
he want?
directed to
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think that's what Trill is
yeah,
saying.
no, but
Basically, sometimes men
I
tell
got you,
us what
Uncle
we
Dad.
want
No
to
problem.
hear.
I'm good, bro.
Like men tell us sometimes what we want to hear. So did he get the panties after saying that a couple days? Like that, I'm not trying to say you. I'm just saying men do say stuff we want to hear, especially at certain ages. You know, we want to be married, we want to be loved. So men gonna say what's gonna feed our egos. Oh, we
And
believe
and
him.
And that's
and
true.
that's the
And
thing.
sometimes it doesn't always work out. And sometimes those guys aren't the right guys. And sometimes they are. And then it turns into a relationship. And then that goes into an engagement. And then that goes into a marriage. It's a process. But I mean, if he said that to you and then he just kept it moving, then that's just, you just chuck it up to the game.
Right.
Hey, what are we doing?
No, you're just out and you want to, like, maybe you think she's moving too fast. Maybe she's talking about, oh, in 6 months, whatever. And you're like, whoa, I don't know you like that yet. Like, would you say I'm just going with the flow, or would you use some other type of language?
I would say something similar. I'd probably say let's just see where things go. I mean, it's still a little early right now. Slow down. I get it. I like you too, but let's see how this thing unfolds. So I mean, I would use similar language. Yes.
That makes sense. I think that, like, specifically the quote going with the flow itself sounds very, like, not serious and not even thinking about being serious because of how stereotypical that quote is. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
So
you shouldn't assume though. I don't think
and it's pretty much aligned with hookup culture. Like, that go with the flow is literally aligned with hookup only culture.
But I don't think you should assume everybody's language is different. They're from different environments, different backgrounds, different states. So I don't think you should assume or just jump to conclusions and rush things. As Trill said, as all, like, everybody but Humble Dad said, like, you overthinking it. Like you are overthinking the statement, because what you're thinking that statement is what everybody means is the same thing, which is not true.
Yeah.
However,
and you can
serious.
I'm gonna get Humble Dad.
Yeah, and I think I think you can say that with anything as far as with terminology. Terminology is different depending on the region that you are, of course. But when you get at a particular age and you're ready for marriage, before you even go on a date, before you even try to waste your time, you are on the phone, or when you meet them, or even during the date, what are you looking for? Are you relationship based, or what do you want? And then at that point, they're like, look, I'm looking for a wife. And it might not be you, but the going with the flow is, I'm looking for a wife, and I'll go with the flow and see if you're about it. And this is my experience.
Who talks like that,
So
though? I'm looking
Trill.
for
men that I know.
Am I off, or is this crazy?
I'm speaking on my
men don't talk like that. Man.
What?
Who lays all their cards on the table as a man like that?
No man says that from the beginning. They
you
says
can't say just.
I mean,
no
on the
men,
first,
then
maybe
I've
not
had
the
men
first
tell
date,
me this.
but the first few dates, I have heard, like, I'm looking for something serious. I do want to get married soon. Like, I've heard that on, like, date 3.
What if he says I'm going with the flow, though? Like, is
the people that say that are not saying I'm going with the flow. They've never. I've actually no one. Anyone that's ever been serious has ever said that. I don't think has any guy that's ever been serious about you ever said that, like, over the course, maybe even in just like the first month. Have they ever said that to you? Like,
no, I mean, I've said that to a man. Like, I'm trying to.
No, I'm saying, as a man that was serious about you, ever said that to you?
I don't remember. That's like first dates too. I don't remember that.
Wait. Y'all meet men, and before y'all even go out or on the first date, they telling y'all they looking for a wife. They giving y'all all the cards they land on.
I didn't say that. I said looking for something serious. I'm
looking for something serious. They tell y'all that on the first date or on the phone?
Right. So here's the thing, what I'm trying to say too, because I know that you're men, but as a woman dating of a particular age, that date men of a particular age, yes. Before I go on a date and we're having conversations, it's, I am looking for a wife. Are you looking for this? If you're dating online and on match.com, I'm specifically looking for a wife. So it is told depending on the age.
Men have said that. Men have said they're dating for a purpose. They're not on here casual dating. No. They're dating for a wife. Courtney's right on that bit. That That whole I wouldn't
Do y'all
overthink.
fall for it?
Yeah, so I'm
Did
not
y'all fall for it?
overthinking.
That's all I'm about to say. That's all I'm about to
Did
say.
y'all
You know
fall for
what?
that?
I have heard it.
That line?
Yeah.
I mean,
as long as you-
I don't listen to that shit because some people's words don't match up with their actions, honestly. So I go based on actions.
No,
Man,
I'm honestly, dude. When they say that to y'all, when they say I'm looking for something serious or I'm looking for a wife, do y'all be like, oh man, that y'all
Oh,
go
he's
for
the
it?
one.
No, it's not saying that we're falling for it. That's fine, but it doesn't mean that I'm that one. And then that's when the dating process and then the going with the flow as far as this dating and, but it's already kind of laid out again when it comes to dating for me in a particular age of a man. And I know a lot of men that have dated and had their wife and said, yeah, I told her I'm looking for a wife, so I'm ready. And so men do talk that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The only time that I done ever heard a man say that early, first date before first date, is if I'm trying to hit.
So exactly.
Okay, but
Let's just keep it
what I'm
deep.
trying to
Exactly
understand
what you
is
wanna
when the
hear.
men say, the only time that I've heard a man say this on a first date. What first dates are y'all on with men?
No. I didn't say
Because
heard a
all
man.
you know is what your friend tells you when they tell you about whatever they're telling you about. We are on the dates with these men.
Like,
and if y'all are married, y'all damn sure aren't on dates.
True, are you in the bushes?
You're not
like
in the
when we're
cycle of
watching
meeting a
these
new person,
dates? Like, how do
introducing
you know?
yourself. You're far out of that cycle of doing that.
So let me ask y'all a question.
Exactly,
So
Kate.
I
y'all
mean,
heard
if y'all
guys
think
say
y'all
this
are right,
before,
cool, but
I'm just going to ask a question as women that are in the dating pool, right? So y'all have heard guys say that to y'all, right? How come it hasn't translated into a marriage or proposal?
Mine has.
So your man told you that on the first time that you talked to him, Kay?
it's coming. You wait.
Not the first time, but very early on. Like, you're gonna be yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it didn't turn into a marriage, it turned into a baby.
And my,
mission accomplished.
I'm not
Mission
married, but I'm
accomplished.
in a relationship.
Well,
with the person
it was
that
we were
said that.
hold
I'm in a
on.
relationship with them now.
Hold on,
Well,
I want to get humble with that. Let me get humble with that in real quick.
Okay, well, let me specify that for AC Trill. Well, we lived together and were together for right at 5 years of engaged. So it was a very long relationship. And that was on me that it wasn't marriage.
No, I don't think that's what Trill is saying. I think did he get what he wanted?
Yeah, so
I don't think that's what Trill is saying.
Yeah,
Basically, sometimes men tell us what we want to hear.
I'm good, bro.
Like men tell us sometimes what we want to hear. So did he get the panties after saying that a couple days? Like that, I'm not trying to say you. I'm just saying men do say stuff we want to hear, especially at certain ages. We want to be married, we want to be loved. So men gonna say what's gonna feed our egos. Oh, we believe him,
and that's true. And sometimes it doesn't always work out, and sometimes those guys aren't the right guys. And sometimes they are. And then it turns into a relationship. And then that goes into an engagement. And then that goes into a marriage. It's a process. But I mean, if he said that to you and then he just kept it moving, then that's just, you just chuck it up to the game.
Right.